Thou art not born for death, immortal bud. No hungry generation stared thee down. Today we are here with Ode to Nightingale by John Keats, Stanza-7. And you will find that in every stanza, there is a connection, inner connection. The stanzas are interconnected. Suppose I am saying that in the stanza 1, the poet's heart was aching and a drowsiness was overpowering him. Then he is talking about the nightingale song and how happy the nightingale is. He is talking about lethe and hemlock, opium. And then in the next stanza, he asking for a draught of vintage. Now after a draught of vintage, how the wine will be and how it will transform him. And then in the next stanza, he talks about the nightingale, why he wants to go to the nightingale world. So all these stanzas are interconnected. In stanza 4, he is discarding the wine. In stanza 5, he has already gone to the world of the nightingale with the help of poetry, imagination. And there he wants to wish for his death. Now in stanza 7, he is talking the contradiction of death, that is immortality. In the stanza 6, he is talking about his mortality, his death wish. And now in stanza 7, he is talking about the immortality of the bard. So you will find that every stanza is interconnected. Stanza 1, stanza 2, they are just like a garland. Just like a garland, every stanza is going round and they are knitting, weaving a thought pattern. Thou wast not born for death, immortal bud. Thou wast not, thou refers to the bird. The bird nightingale. You are not born for death, you are immortal. So two things are saying in the same line. Twice it is repeating. So it is called tautology. And here the bird stands for not that single bird nightingale. Sorry. The bird here stands for the class of the bird. The class, it signifies the class, not single bird. Bird here stands for the singing. Birds here stand for the song, not that physical bird. You are not born for death, you are immortal. So this use a tautology. Why? For emphasis, for emphasizing the immortality of the bird. So this stanza is a continuation. This stanza stands for a contrast. That is the mortality of the poet and the immortality of the bird. So if we think about Shelley's Skylark or Wordsworth's Cuckoo, then you'll find that they all are immortal, not for being a particular skylark or cuckoo, but for of the joy that they share, the entertainment that they produce, or the song they sing. So art is immortal. The message is here that art is immortal. The bird stands for his song, and his song stands for art. And art is permanent. Art is immortal. Art is universal. So the poet in the stanza not only praises the entertaining value, but also of its creative value. No hungry generation. So who are this hungry generation? Generation of hungry people. People involved in the struggle of existence. Hungry generation refers to the people involved in the struggle of existence. We are hungry generation. We have to fight, we have to struggle for our daily living, for our existence. But this bird is not hungry. He does not know about hunger. He is universal. He is immortal. We, the hungry generation, longs for material pleasure, not for aesthetic pleasure. We struggle for material pleasure, but the bard is satisfied with his song. Tread thee down. Tread thee down means suppress. So nothing earthly, nothing mundane can suppress you down. The voice I heard this passing night was heard. So the voice that I am hearing today, and in this time, it was heard from generation to generation. In ancient days by emperor and clown. So your song is immortal in a sense that your song is heard by generations after generations. The clown, the king, the princess, everyone has heard your song. It is nothing new. So the immortality of the bard lies in the fact that the bard is singing through generation. Not this nightingale, but there was another nightingale. Nightingale is a bard who is singing for ancient times. Even prince and peasants, everyone has heard his song. The self-same song. The self-same song. The word self-same song, what does it mean? Self-same song means the same kind of song. The notes of bard do not change with times. They are same as they have ever been. So self-same song refers to that the notes of bards do not change with times. They are the same as they have ever been. And this self-same song, this again reinforces the immortality of the bard. That found a path through the sad heart of Ruth when sick for home. So why Ruth is sad? Because she is sick for home. And who is Ruth? So we here find a biblical allusion. Ruth, the story of Ruth, and what is the significance of Ruth's story in this context, I am going to explain. Ruth is a Moabite widow who is mentioned in Bible. Ruth had lost her husband, and she left her own parents and native land and come to live with the people she did not know. She wants to work for her mother-in-laws, and that's why she is sick for home. She longed to return to his parents, sick for home. She longed to return to her parents, to her home. But out of her duty, her sense of duty bound her to that alien corn, bound her to that alien that is unknown, means foreign. Here corn is not the matter, but corn stands for the land. She does not find any similarity between this country, his own country, and where he is now staying with his mother-in-law. It is a foreign land for him. So Ruth is sad, and in her sad heart, he has heard the song of Nightingale. The same song that Ruth has heard, the same song the poet is hearing today. So the main point is the deathless, the same song. The point is the deathlessness, this persistence, this continuity of the song. The song that is going on from generation to generation. The charm of the Nightingale song was felt by both men of high and low status. That is said here before Ruth, emperor and clown. Emperor is in high status, clown is low status. So this phrase emperor and clown is said for reinforcing that both the men from high and low status, both men from high and low status. Okay. Again, it cheered the sad heart of Ruth, who was sick for home and who stood in tears, who is so sad, tear is dropping from her eyes in a lion call. He is just out of her duty. She is with her mother-in-law. She walked in the field of Boaz. She walked in the field of Boaz. It is her husband's kinsman. And when Ruth must have that time heard the song of the Nightingale, and must have she been cheered by the song. So the poet wants to say that everyone has heard the song of Nightingale. Charmed magic casement opening on the foam of perilous seas in far lands forlorn. So even the Nightingale song had opened the charm. Charm means enchanted. Magic casement, the windows which were opened and closed by some song. The windows which can be opened by some magic term. Opening on the foam of perilous seas in fairy land forlorn. So it is a magic casement, and the princess, the casement opened automatically and shut up also. And this forlorn country among the perilous seas, that Nightingale song must be heard. So what is the significance of those references? Actually, the poet want to say that Ruth or a clown or king, even the captive princess who are sitting at the window of that magic palace, they must have listened to the song of the Nightingale, and maybe she looked to the sea for the ship that would bring her rescuers. So this immortality of the bard song is reinforced or told through these examples. This example of this biblical story of Ruth, this example of the magic casement that are opening on the foam of perilous seas in fireland forlorn, these all are taken the example from various parts of stories, from Bible, from history, just to reinforce the Nightingale is everywhere. Nightingale song is everywhere. Just to reinforce this idea, these allusions are taken here. Forlorn means that is deserted. Fairy lands forlorn means deserted. Okay, and we are here just the last stanza. So where it's stop taken of perilous seas in fairy lands forlorn, and in stanza 8 that connectivity will go, because that will start with this very word forlorn. Forlorn, thy very word is like a bell. Forlorn, at the moment he uttered these words, the poet utters this word forlorn, he is reminded by something, and that remembrance start the next stanza and our last stanza, that is stanza 8. Okay, thank you. We'll meet again in stanza 8. Stay with me and be happy always.